the biggest selling points of the shelter are we got as big a building as we could possibly get for the money we had. We tried to max out the space we could possibly get for every single animal because it is a no-kill shelter. The more animals we can get in, the more we can save. We tried to put on a mezzanine all of the employees, so it's a pretty tight space, but we opened it up and gave them natural light so it doesn't feel uncomfortable. But again, rather than taking up floor space for the offices, maximizing space for the animals. We tried to separate sort of the back of house, front of house functions. So there's a space where everyone is working, where ill animals are being cared for and brought up to healthy standards, you know, to be integrated with everyone else. We did as many functions for energy efficiency as we possibly could. The operational costs of running the shelter are a continuing expense, so sometimes you may not get the biggest donation over a long period of time, so we wanted to make it as efficient as we possibly could for our mechanical systems. Especially because this is heavy on mechanical systems, trying to exchange the air as much as possible so the animals don't get sick, so that the smell of an animal shelter isn't something that turns people away. All of that, of course, took up probably the biggest chunk of our budget. Also just making everything as open, as bright, and as colorful and welcoming as possible.
So we took what was an abandoned warehouse and turned it into something that we really feel like has become a good neighbor for the neighborhood. We love the Heights. The Heights is a very friendly, eclectic neighborhood in Houston, and so we wanted to be a good neighbor. We've done that in, I think, several ways. First, we were very attentive when we built the building to make sure that things like our parking lot lights didn't spill over into our neighbor's yard. We also have made great strides to make sure that not only does it sound is there not sound pollution inside the building, but there's not sound pollution going outside the building. This is centrally located. It's on the bus route. People walk here, people bike here. We have a bike rack outside and a shower inside for employees who want to bike to work. So we've kind of embraced the whole being a part of a green community viewpoint of things. Another thing that we really love about the shelter is how much natural light there is, and I think until you've been without it in an animal shelter, you really don't recognize how deeply it influences your view of things. And when you walk in to this shelter, there is no space where animals live that doesn't have at least 2 sources of natural light. And it makes a tremendous difference in their attitude, in the way that they're shown, in the attitude of people that come to visit. We have people from local businesses who come over and say, I just came over to eat my lunch because I feel good about being here. So we've kind of redefined a shelter as a destination. I mean, a few years ago, it was unheard of that somebody would get up on Saturday morning, pack up the kids and say, come on kids, we're gonna go to the animal shelter and it's gonna be fun. And now people really do come on the weekends and say, we just wanna come and hang out with the cats because there's a good vibe here. Everybody's healthy and friendly, it smells good, it's sunlit. So we're really happy about that. That's a new way to participate with the community that a shelter hasn't done before.